Nina, we have another Explorer Anthology. Like speculated, there was a bit of a gap between Lord of the Rings, the next standard release in September, and now we know we have Explorer Anthology 3 arriving July 18th. That's the go live date. That's actually very, very soon. You're about 18 days out as I record this. Let's see what we know so far. So what have they given us? They've given us a release date, called July 18th here. The bundle will be available from then until October 10th. Fair enough. The bundle cost, this is all like standard stuff, 4,000 gems, 75,000 gold. The notable thing here is they've not said how many cards. I believe the last one was 25, really 24 because they gave us waste, yada yada. The deal here is that Pioneer is getting closer and closer, and Explorer is still missing some crucial cards that bring things up to the meta. And so, in theory, that bridge can be filled by just a handful of cards. It just depends what Wizards decide to actually give us. So let's have a look at what we have here, and we can talk about what they haven't got and what the pattern looks like for what we'll get in the set. So, Cyclonic Rift, has that on the screen for a bit here, is a fairly fringe card. Does see some play in Pioneer, but very, very minimum. It is a sweet one for things like Brawl, but realistically, a big red X in terms of how much impact on that. It's a nice one to have on here. I've got it in some Pioneer lists that I try and play every now and again, like Mind Splice, blue stuff, but not really a big deal. The next card up here, Eidolon of Blossoms in green. Okay, cool, Enchantress. We've got a bunch of Enchantress cards. They're not really up to much, to be honest, but having it on Arena is nice. It's just a case of, if we have 24 slots in this set, which is what we're kind of expecting at this point, maybe 25, maybe they get crazy and give us 30 cards, we'd like to get all the meta relevant ones, surely. And so, Eidolon, sure, nice. The last card here is Deathrite. Deathrite, obviously, isn't as powerful as it once was in Modern. It's banned there, because we don't have that many fetch lands. We do have Fable Passage. It has seen a little bit of play, but not a ton. And so far, that's the last card here. Those are the three we've been given. Not a ton of information, but a bundle cost, when it's coming out, and these three cards. Where does this lead us? There are a number of very meta-relevant cards missing from Explorer still. Wizards put a statement out after Shadows of Runeterra Remaster came out saying, hey, we had 95% of cards played at the Pioneer Pro Tour, and that's cool, but like let's get bridging that gap. The one thing I will say here is that in Explorer Anthology 2, they gave us a bunch of cards from Battle for Zendikar and Oath of the Gatewatch, kind of with a bit of an Eldrazi theme. Gave us a few cards from those sets on that theme, and so what I'm thinking, because they've shown us both Cyclonic Rift and Deathrite Shaman, is that we'll probably get a bunch of cards from Return to Ravnica block. And there are some really important cards in there. Hidden Strings for the Lotus Field deck is crucial. There are a couple of other pieces missing, but that's the main thing that makes the Pioneer popular version of the deck. The other card there from RTR block as well is Thespian Stage. The land lets you copy Lotus Field, also missing, also crucial. Would expect us to get that in this set. There are some other bits that are nice to have. Some charms. Is it Charm, Golgari Charm, both see quite a bit of play. Abrupt Decay, just an important piece of removal that we just don't have. Something like Detention Sphere, there's some cute stuff there. There's a lot of really, really sweet cards, but it depends what we actually get. So hopefully we'll get Hidden Strings, Abrupt Decay, the relevant charms, and then, so that's RTR stuff. There are a bunch of other meta relevant cards that are still missing. Chief of which, in my opinion, and I'm a bit biased here, and that is Bring to Light. Such a sweet card, and also an absolute staple of the Pioneer format now, having kind of risen to prominence. Both, we had like Niv to Light around before, but the 5-color control deck with Bring to Light with like Slaughter Games, Elesh Norn, Esker's Chariot, the kind of deck that rose to prominence at Pro Tour Philadelphia earlier this year. Bring to Light is absolutely central to, and it's just a missing piece. There's a ton of, it's a really cool card as well. It's one I imagine will make the cut, but hey, hoping for that. I have a note here, and I can't believe I made this far into the video without saying, what's going on with the Delve spells? Treasure Cruise is a really, really important part of Pioneer. It powers the Izzet Phoenix deck, it powers all the Izzet decks, pretty much. And then also with the recent ascendancy of Archfiend, Alteration, Dig Through Time as well has kind of seen a bit more play. Both of those super important pieces that we don't have on Arena yet. They've not shown either of them here, which is a bit of a red flag to me. When you're kind of announcing that you expect those, because Treasure Cruise is such a slam dunk card in Pioneer, I expect these to be at the forefront, but they've kind of held off printing them. I don't know if they're afraid, whether they think they're going to have to ban them at some point, but it's a bit of a red flag. Hopefully we get Treasure Cruise at least, and maybe they didn't put it in here because it's going to be labelled as a common or whatever. Those are the main things. There's also a bunch of nice to haves. I had a bit of a short list. I'll go through a few. Change the Rock's a really important one for like enigmatic incarnations, some other decks. The Origins Planeswalkers would be really, really cool. Missing those. Trespass, Temporal Trespass. There's another Del spell we're missing. Things like Dark Petition, Oath of Chandra. Some really, really sweet stuff. Glade Cover Scout. Though, to be honest, I'm a little hesitant to just be like, yeah, just give us all the bubble stuff. Hey. Oath of Nissa is a huge one for green, which, again, green pretty good. But there's a bunch of really important pieces. Dreadbore, even for Rakdos. Xenagos and Worldspine Worm, which are cornerstones of the most popular version of Izzet creativity. Urborg, like there's a bunch of sweet cards that could include. It's a case of what's the most meta relevant, and hopefully we get those onto Arena to bring the format's level. That's what I'm hoping for. I've almost certainly missed a bunch of cards. I'll definitely be doing some more videos on what I think should be in it. But hey, let me know what you're the most excited for, what you want to see included. Hope you enjoyed the video. More to come on this set. I'm super, super excited. Glad that we actually are getting it. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. I'd really appreciate it. Keep me motivated to keep making videos, like good stuff. If you're interested in Explorer, I've got tons of different content. I tried to cover as many different decks as possible, from the most competitive to the most wacky, and so check it out. Anyway, peace out. Tell your friends. Bye.